Oh boy, how's it going, ladies and gents? Today we are going to make something kind of ambient, creepy, textural thing for use in a hypothetical video game or, I don't know, installation or whatever. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to have a medieval vibe to it, which I think will inform the kind of instruments we use. So, yeah, let's jump in. Sorry there was no stream last week. I was caught up with exams and stuff in my day job, so there wasn't much I could do about that. So the first thing, I want to kind of use a choir as like a bass thing. So let's find... Where is it? Ambiences. I don't know what these are. Making no sound is what they are. How low do they go? Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's not quite what I wanted, but like, it'll do. So we'll have a normal one, and then a not so normal. Actually, that's the normal vocal drone, and then effect vocal drone. I don't really have a key in mind just yet, so we'll sort of develop that as we go. Let's try and have a... Let's go for an F. I don't normally write in F. Close some of these other windows. And let me also... There it is. That's a more normal height for me. Where was that F? Yeah. So that's quite nice. It just doesn't feel very bassy, you know? Let's perhaps have that for that long. And then we'll also, at the same time, we'll create a second instance of that same instrument. Sustains, male, I think. And we'll just have a hum. And then we'll... Ooh. Oh, that's going R, which is not what I want. I want a That's quite nice. How long can I hold that for? Well, how long can the computer hold that for, rather? 1, 2, 3, 4. Apparently endlessly. That's kind of cool. That's probably going to come in handy. So on top of that, I think actually any... What I kind of wanted to play with, actually... No, right, okay, tell you what. I'm getting distracted. What I'm going to do is duplicate that instrument, because I kind of want to apply different effects differently. So... humming drone. Right, bear with me. Let's delete that one, and that's going to be Omni, and then this instance is going to be just that first one. Cool, because that's got a sort of nice metally texture to it. Just checking I'm not dropping any frames. Nah, looks good. Right, so with this drone, what I want is to clone it. Where is that? It's modulation. I never feel like it is a modulation effect, but whatever. So we want a very human, very big drone. That's quite nice. Cool. What happens if we stick an octaver on it as well? It's probably going to sound awful. Oh, actually. The second octave doesn't sound very good. That one sounds okay. Very evil. I like it. So we've got the clone. Let's also stick a delay on it. That's quite nice. I'm just going to turn me down and that up so you can appreciate. It's got some weird kind of high, I don't know, something. There's like noise there. That's nice, that's a bit cleaner. And we'll get rid of the sub bass as well, just because it's going to be the sort of thing that might get crowded. It's quite satisfying. Okay, cool. So we got that. That's going to go on, I guess, indefinitely. How does it loop? Okay, you don't really notice it loop. So that's fantastic. Tails off for ages. So the next thing I want to do is percussion. And I've got a few percussion MIDI tracks as well. Again, using Kontakt. So my the kind of project I have in mind is sort of like a semi-interactive thing. So like you would have that drone and maybe some other elements just continually going, and then maybe like one of these percussion elements would come in every now and again. So rather than just being like a constant thing, although maybe you have like a riff or a ostinato or motif or whatever at some point, but not necessarily through the whole thing. So let's maybe start off with studio drummers, so we actually just have a straight up drum kit. The toms for which are usually quite fun. And you've also got the kick drum if you want some really subby stuff as well. Let's go with a, I don't know, jazz mix. Don't know if it necessarily matters. So we'll call that drum kit. So let's just come up with like a little pattern that can happen every now and again. Let's try half the speed. I feel like it might need to be in threes. Yeah, quarter threes. Let's lower them quite a lot. Something like that. That's quite cool. How does that feel with the drone? Probably fine. Even feels like a little bit too much, doesn't it? So let's try that. Cool, that works really well. So we're going to have that at some point. I'm just going to separate these out so we don't get confused as to what they are. So that's drum kit, which is percussion layer number 1. Let's have a look at... We've got junkyard, we've got broken metal. Oh, damaged piano. That could be fun. Or is that going to be really similar to the giant? Ooh. I'm just going to pick out a few. Those are all really fun. Ooh, that's squeaky, I like it. Nice. I'm sort of just going to lower the... It's really selling horror. Cool. So let's duplicate that. And let's think about separating these out a little bit. So some of them sort of turn into phrases, maybe. Oops, forgot about the repeat. Cool, let's separate those a bit more. Yeah, just so we got some random bits of stuff happening here and there. Not even necessarily as a template, but like just something we can start working with. Cool, so that's our first layer. I won't go and use... I won't use the giant. I might use the giant for something else in a bit. Although having said that, I am going to do it now because otherwise I will forget. Because I'm like, I have a good idea and then I forget what it is. So the giant is really fun because in the cinematic things, as well as having all the noises and all that cool stuff, you've also got things like plucked strings. You've got the release of keys, the resonance, and overtones. So you can make some really kind of almost dulcimer type things. So let's try and make, I don't know, What's the lowest? What if we had overtones? It's quite quiet. A lot of background noise there, that's no good. I have to do something about that at some point. So those, I think we can just add in as like occasional hits. Yeah, that's quite nice. Sort of shove them here and there. This one, we'll have a G, see if we can hear that. Nah, not really. Let's have that repeat a couple times. Let's have that as one complete phrase. So then having that land on the, what's that, the 7? -7, but then not resolving. That's going to be pretty uncomfortable, which is what we're going for. So let's have another layer of percussion, maybe. So what else could we use? Evolved mutations, maybe? Percussive kits. Ethnic drums. Let's see what's in there. Whoa. Excuse me. Nothing that really sticks out, but let's try world. Oh, I think it's this one. World percussion. What we got? Ooh, that's quite fun. So how does this bit sound? Oh, what's that? That's a bit weird. Oh, okay. For some reason, just 3. I don't want and groups. 3 plus groups. Why are you plussing groups? Very strange. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's make a new. So let's duplicate this one. Put you over there. Put you over there. apparently is what that's called. And then let's get rid of you, get rid of you. Rick. Let's try that again. That's much better. Cool. Any other little bits like that? Yeah, maybe just one of them. A little bit shorter. Yeah, maybe something like that. We can have that in a few places. Cool. Right, so I've got this... kind of just killed it there, didn't I? I've got this space channel down here, which is basically just going to be a big room sound. I've not done anything with it, but all the tracks are going to it, as you can see. So I want to have like a really, really big space. I'm going to stick an EQ on it as well to basically just like kill some of the bass. Something like that, because I'm just worried about having a really muddy low end. But we can sort of, because there's not much highs, we can try and like boost the highs a little bit. That bit keeps getting me, it's really creepy. So let's go for, where is it? I haven't remembered where any of my stuff is. RC48. Let's go for large church, maybe. Oh, I know what's annoying me about that. We've got the snare in the mic. Oh, because it's a jazz kit. Let's try... What happens if we turn it into a metal kit? Do we lose that? We do a little bit. Let's... Mixer. So we want... Oh, how do you do this? I can never remember. There's like a bleed setting somewhere. I'm not going to be able to remember this. Can I just kill the snare? Nah, still there. Overhead room. Okay, it's in there basically, so I'll turn that down quite a lot. Cool, how does that sound? Cool, yeah, that works a lot. Works a lot? It works well. You know what I mean. I think that needs to come down quite a lot. Did I accidentally just do that? And then maybe off to the side as well. So we're just going to separate out some of these instruments. So... Oh yeah, get rid of that. What we have now is quite a nice ambient thing that's going to go in for 2 minutes. Okay. What was this drone? That's nice, but it's quite abrasive. So we'll put that in somewhere, maybe here. Maybe kind of lift up to a different... Yeah, something like that. Maybe a little bit lower as well. And that can be dotted sort of throughout. That's quite nice. Tell you what, that we might have like a panning effect on that, so it goes back and forward a bit. I don't normally use panning effects, so this is nice to make a change. Where it at? Auto pan. Yeah, we're going to have it out of rhythm as well, so it's not going to be a hard, what do you call it, like synced to a rhythm. It's going to be a bit more random. That's quite nice. So I think the choir's a really nice sort of effect. I think it could do with a little bit of, I don't know, variety. So maybe we'll lower those. Like that. Maybe sort of vary the length of some of these. A bit. Yeah. And also let's maybe add some higher ones as well. A bit lower. Or higher. Lower velocity. That's really nice. So we'll have one of those earlier as well. Maybe we'll sneak in something here as well. That's fun. I like that a lot. Let's have a listen to that section because there's a lot going on there. So it is a bit crowded there, so what I'm going to do is move them to earlier. Yeah, maybe there. Yeah, there's nothing else there. I'm going to duplicate that, shove it here, and then move that up an octave. So you've got that kind of duplicated. Let's try that again. That's really cool. I like that a lot. I feel like this is still quite loud, so I'm going to bring that down a bit. And put it off to the side as well. That's fun. Right, let's have a little more interest from the drums. These toms, so maybe like something a bit faster, perhaps. A little bit of kick as well, just for variety. Cool. How does that sound with everything else? That's nice. Let's have that somewhere else as well. Yeah, try here. That's cool. Maybe one more, like there. Nifty. What I'm going to do is kind of color these according to the sections, if that makes sense. So like, just so I can sort of differentiate where stuff's happening. So like, that bit's a phrase, this bit is a phrase, this bit's a long phrase. Just makes it a little easier to see what kind of stuff is related to what kind of other stuff. Cool. So I can see maybe we can space these out a little bit better. So maybe bar 8 is where that next repeat could start. With that as well. And then that doesn't necessarily need anything. Most of those F, G, oh, G and G, okay. That's fine. That's copying that, which is cool. That lands on that. I'm just looking for where the drone repeats, and then that basically is where we end. So we've got like a 2-minute drone thing. So we can maybe have like something like that, just for fun. Cool, so another thing we can do, let's space this out a little bit. So rather than 50, let's go 52. And again, we're just making sure that where the drone repeats, because obviously it's going to sound more realistic. It isn't necessarily something we're aiming for, but it will sound more realistic if you have notes repeat, even if there's a lot of delay, if you actually have a stop and start point, because realistically you're not going to have someone hum for ages. This is probably an unrealistic amount of time to have someone hum anyway, but whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Screw you, this is my idea. This is what I'm doing. So you're basically just covering up this repeat section. Okay, so we can maybe have another hit start of 21. Gonna lower that because it's still creepy. And let's say beat before 21. So I know that's proper quiet, but like we are going for subtlety. Wrong bar. And let's put it slightly out of time. Nifty. Cool. What else can we do? We can add a bit more variety by varying the tempo. So we are at 120, which I hate working, so let's just go to 100 and... Let's go 130, actually, we can be a little bit faster. So what we're also going to do is basically just vary the tempo. So we're going to have a few... Let's start and end at 130, more or less, for fun. So we're just going to kind of... How do we... Because it's... I want it to ramp rather than jump. There it is. Ramp. So we're just going to go... God damn it, what did I just say? Jump. No. Ramp. Do I need to select these two? Ramp. There it is. Okay. So this is just going to basically add a bit more variety to like the tempo of it, which we don't necessarily need, but I think that kind of... I don't know. Just sort of sells the... what am I trying to say? It sells the ambience of it, I guess. So rather than just having like a random thing that's in one time, even though it's quite ambient and loose, I think loose is the word I want. I've had a long day, shut up. So we're basically going down to the lowest is 116, so we maybe even go a little bit lower. So it's not going to be like masses of like jumping around, it's just going to feel looser. Let's try this section, for example. So that's cool. Let's maybe, towards the end here, have something a little more... Maybe try and turn it into an actual piece of music or something. Because what's this end? Yeah, so we can have like a drummy type build up here. Let's say 68. Let's just have lots of kicks to get it started. And then let's maybe use this drone. So 67 maybe we start with the... Yeah, something like that. There needs to be like a beat before that because of all the delay. Cool. I also want to introduce for a new kind of drone. Let's see if we're able to do it. I want to use either a hurdy-gurdy or Uilleann pipes. Uilleann pipes? Uilleann pipes? Can't remember. But I don't think I have a hurdy-gurdy. Let's have a look. So bagpipes. Ooh. Yeah, that'll do. So let's have those in bars. Does it repeat? I don't really want it to... Oh, it could pan a little bit, I guess. Yeah, a tiny bit for fun. But I also want that to be kind of cloned and feel not necessarily synthetic, but so I'm going to stick an octaver on it, basically. That actually sounds really cool. So let's clone it as well, if I can remember where that is. We want to repeat this section, probably. Oh, there it is. One, two, three, four. Humanize all of them. I like it. Cool. That's really quiet though. That's fun. So let's probably color code this as well. So that was blue, so let's have this all kind of purpley and then this kind of pinky, because then it shows that we're going into a different section. So I want something a little more interesting for the drums, so we'll increase velocity. Quite quiet cymbal. How does this sound? Let's repeat. Oops. That's nice. Oh. I really like that. I like it a lot. So how medieval sounding was the giant? Oh, kind of. So let's duplicate those for a bit. And come up with like a little melody. about that? That's quite nice. Super quiet though. Can we just... yeah, separate those, make them quieter. Cool, so we have a melody there. Let's hear that in context. Cool. So it's pretty kind of hidden in there a little bit, which I don't necessarily hate. Let's add in some of these other elements from earlier. So what was this? Oh yeah. We can, yeah, have a little pattern with that sort of percussion. That works. So we'll maybe repeat that. How does that sound? And then maybe a shaker as well. Let's get rid of that. On the beat. Yeah, on the beat. Have we used all of those elements? We basically have. I think we need something melodic again. We still need something melodic. So let's duplicate this track. Save it as well, because we've not done that in a while. How am I doing for time? 53 minutes. That feels about right. So let's have a look at what we've got. So at the moment it's that. The giant. So maybe... what world strings have we got? Cora? That feels medieval, but not European medieval. Same. Tempura. Definitely doesn't feel European Middle Ages. That's crazy. Metallophones? Steel trans-tuned gongs. Could maybe have a gong in there, I guess. Not really what I was going for. Does this melody come through on that? No, no way. That feels like something we could have earlier as well. Definitely there. Definitely there. Right there, was that too much? Bit lower maybe and off to the side. That's quite nice. Yeah, let's maybe include that. I don't know. There. Again, maybe here. That's quite nice. So I'm going to have all of the percussive elements a bit smaller. Going to lower those. Oh, that's going to be pipes, isn't it? Can't spell. Pipes. Yeah, and then let's increase the drum kit so we can see that. That's a bit, because there's a bit more going on there, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't there? Whatever. And we haven't really solved the problem of melody instruments. So maybe we want like a flute? I don't know. Irish flute? Ugh, don't know. It's a bit harsh. I don't really like the staccato of it. Although, I mean, it would be staccato, but I don't like it, is what I mean. Bansuri. No. Persian nay? Oh, maybe. Kaval? Don't know what that is. Nah, not really into it. Let's try kinetic metal. I don't know. Nah. Just trying to think what feels like warfare. Wood blocks. Wood blocks definitely feels like warfare. Strings. Harp? Not usually, but... Definitely feels medieval. Can it play in fifths? That's nice. Maybe we do a little bit more as well. Yeah, let's try that. In context. Let's add a I can't use my words today. A fill. Let's try and kind of increase the feel of it a little bit, so something more interesting on drums. You can also crescendo a tiny bit. Let's also, for variety, pull some of these guys slightly out of time. Whip like that, like that, like that. That's enough. Let's lower that slightly. That'll do to kind of wrap it up with. Cool. So I think we have something quite cool there. It's starts off weird and medieval. I mean, it stays weird and medieval, but it gets less creepy and it turns into more of a traditional musical piece, which I guess is sort of the point. So I think we can wrap up there. Let's have a listen all the way through. Volume it up. I'll see you on the other side. Pretty fun, isn't it? There is a little bit of random background noise there. That's something else to fix. I'll put it on the list and never get round to it. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I thought this might be fun to do for something a little bit different. And also, I don't know, this sort of thing's just in my brain at the moment, like trying to play with these kind of ancient, worldy, folky instruments. So yeah, I hope this was fun. Hope you got something from it. If you did, let me know what that was on here or on Twitter or whatever. Yeah, drop us a follow because why not? Or come find me on YouTube. All the links, if you're watching this on Twitch, all the links to find me on YouTube are below. If you're watching this on YouTube, just shut up and subscribe, yeah? Thanks, and see you later. Take it easy.